Welcome to 23 Degrees Sideways, Coyote in the Highlands. I've spent the morning, the early morning, since about 5:30, so 3.5 hours, doing flagstone work. Early in the morning is really good when it starts to get warm in the desert, so this is actually a really good time for me. And it means I'm doing my video a little bit later. It's kind of an odd thing because I usually do that first thing in the morning with my fresh thoughts. But I thought about this as I was doing the flagstone. You know, I talk about do stuff. Do stuff, things happen. Do stuff, things happen. And it's really fantastic. You know the 3 rules: do stuff, don't stop, finish something every day. Not a big project, but just acknowledge and celebrate that you have finished something every day. If you do that every hour, every 10 minutes, all the time, that's even better, but some thing every day you need to finish, acknowledge. That's rule number 3. Rule number 2, don't stop. Mostly has to do with people doing the I wanna or lacka. I want something, I have a lack of tools, I need this, so they just don't do anything. They're like, well, I would do this if I had all of this other stuff. It's a very consumerist program in a lot of ways. It's also an excuse program. People make excuses to not do things. I run into this a lot with people who are trying to do cleansing diets and talk to me about it, and then there's always these couple of things they can't do, and they'll often ignore it, like, it won't even be visible to them. So that's kind of an interesting trait. And then, of course, the first rule, since we're working backwards now in the reiteration, is do stuff. Do stuff. Things happen. One of the things I was thinking about today is that you can get a lot of blockage and lock if you're not physically moving your body. I've been listening to some videos about people who are doing little experiments, dopamine detox is what one guy called it, dopamine detox. Get off of Twitter, get off of all the social media, no music while doing stuff, just all of that for a little while. And, a week or something, and that's pretty interesting. And he immediately, the first thing he does the first day is get more physically active, get back into his gym routine, start going for hikes and walks, and he does creative work. He's a cinematographer. Sit-down job, right? It is a sit-down job. Even when you're filming B-roll, you're not usually moving or doing a GoPro while you're jogging or something, Creative work, desk work, office work, knowledge work, laptop class work, whatever it is, academic work, AI research, whatever it is that you are doing, meditation work, you're sitting. I am sitting right now. You're probably sitting a lot, and doing creative work without physical movement is a breakage in the natural body system. Body and mind, the brain is part of the body. Body is a unit. It's an ecosystem. It's a system. It's a complex, multivariable, dynamic thing, but it's actually a set of things, millions and billions of things. But the brain is the body. The mind is emergent somehow from all of this, but it's still very connected to the body. The mind works better, creatively especially. Creation, creative tasks, and judgment, everything gets better if you physically move. So if you are a creative person or an office worker, either way, and I'm not going to say that office work can't be creative, you can be creative in everything you do. That's a fantastic thing. You can be creative in everything you do. Whatever it is, move. It will actually, fundamentally, structurally, at a deep level, help you with your creative work. People will lock themselves up. I've got to get this. I have a writer friend. He does retreats, writing retreats, because he's full-time, overtime job, works 60 hours a week, has family, all this stuff. So retreats are where he writes, and he locks himself down and will try to write for 9 hours at a stretch. And I think he struggles more than he really needs to. I'm not saying you can't do it, but if you time yourself with that whole thing, it's like 45 minutes of writing, 15 minutes of 45 minutes of writing. Of course, that doesn't always work very well, because your creative process may have you writing for an hour and a half, and then you just need to go take a walk and look at a lake for a minute or whatever. That's what these retreats are for. So that's really cool. You don't have to time it, but get up and move, especially if you're feeling stale, uncreative, spinny in the head. Stale's a really good word. Or unmotivated, or you're having I have a lot of things to do, but I'm not doing any of them because I have so many things to do. Go take a walk. Go get active. Go do something physical. If you have a physical labor, even if it's a low-key labor, like repotting some plants or something, get up, stand up, get up. Don't do this sitting down. Stand up, do some stuff. I had a friend once upon a time whose basic workout goal at first, he was very overweight and out of very, very bad shape, and this worked for him. He started by getting up and walking his driveway a couple times a day, eventually 10 times a day, and then he started walking down to the corner, and things each progresses. But the whole thing is that he was doing it multiple times a day, getting up and moving, and that was actually helping him mentally as much as it was physically. It helps you get out of the rut. It helps you get out of that stale is a great word. I feel stale. Freshen up, move, get some stuff going. That is actually the message for the day. Movement. Whatever you're doing, whatever your creative tasks are, whatever it is, move. The one thing about laying the flagstone that I really have been enjoying the last couple of days in the mornings is that I am moving. It's slow work. It's slow, painstaking work. But you got to get up, grab the rocks, move them around, set them, look at them, judge, figure out the angles, move them around, dig the dirt. You're kneeling while you are doing the dirt work, but you're still moving. Your body is moving. It's low stress in a lot of ways. It's actually very low stress. No matter how much of the rock you end up carrying, it takes you 3 to 15 minutes to set a rock, and you're going to pick it up a dozen times while you fill in the sand voids and stuff. But you're also getting up and picking up the 20 to 200 pound rocks and moving them around. So that's really cool. It's a very low-key, moderate thing. You're not just slamming through, picking up, setting down, picking up, setting down. You're working with it. It's a very nice pattern of movement. So going for a walk is a great thing. If you have tasks that can be like that, where you pick up something heavy, you move it, and then you mess with it a little bit. You just kind of fuck around a little bit, and then you go move another one. It's very low impact, but it does move your whole body, blood flow, everything goes. It makes your brain work better. I repeat this quite often, but in this case, what I'm getting at is that if you're especially a creative person, office worker, anyone who does a lot of their real work sitting down, get up and move. Get up and move. A standing height desk is great for standing up, but you're not really moving. You gotta get something. If you're in a cubicle and you can do it, you can just grab a kettlebell, do 100 swings, 50 swings, 25 swings if you're really weak, every 45 minutes, hour and a half, whatever. Get up to 100 swings. It's a good set. Something like that. Get up and move. It's better if you can move outside because the natural environment, the sense of nature, really makes a huge difference in how your body, your brain, and your mind respond to inputs. So take a look at that. Try it. Give me a report. Tell me what's not working about it. Tell me what is working about it. Get up and move, and your creative life, your work life, will improve dramatically. Stay sideways.